get started here. And we're going on YouTube. So Cheryl, if you want to let everybody in the waiting room.
Everybody's in. I don't see Gwen, but there are a couple of user and visitors.
Okay. All right. There's Gwen.
Got her.
All right. So it is 7:33. So I'd like to call to order the Region 9 Board of Education special meeting at 7:33. And for the record, all board members are present except for Karen O'Brien at this point. So with that, I'll move to the second item on the agenda, discussion and possible action. Item A, appointment of Joe Barlow High School head of school. So I'll start out with some background here and then look for some motions from the board members. So we recently met the personnel search committee for the board, and our advisory committee met earlier in the week and selected a candidate that we would like to bring forward for appointment. The way our search process went, the personnel search committee, which consisted of all members of the board, met and reviewed through 26 applications and conducted interviews with 7 different candidates. From there, we narrowed it down to 4 candidates who advanced to a final round of interviews with the Board of Education, advisory stakeholders, which included parents and staff, school and central office administrators. And at the end of that discussion, we came to a decision on a candidate, and we have selected for appointment for the full board to make a motion and vote on Dr. Mario Alameda, who is the sitting principal at Rocky Hill High School, and he is on this evening. So after we have our appointment and motions here, we'll ask Dr. Alameda to make some comments as well and introduce himself. So I'll open it up to the board if I can get a motion for the appointment and then moving forward with contracting. I see Mike's hand.
So before I make the motion, I just want to state for the record that I believe that the contract has been reviewed by council. It was when we did the alignment of the contracts. All these contracts have been reviewed. But with that, I will make a motion. I'll move that the Region 9 Board of Education appoint Dr. Mario Almeida as Assistant Superintendent, Head of School for Joe Barlow High School, commencing on or before October 12th, 2021, and authorize the chair to execute the contract between Dr. Almeida and the Regional 9 School District.
All right, I have a motion. May I have a second from a board member, please? A second from Maureen. All right, any further discussion before we go to a vote? And we'll have to do a roll call vote for the executive orders for Zoom meetings at this point. So any further discussion or any other comments from board members? All right, seeing none, then we'll call the question. All in favor of the motion for appointment and proceeding with the contract? And I'll just go through the roll. We'll start with Cheryl.
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Gwen?
Yes.
I see Karen is still not here. Mary Lee?
Yes.
Maureen?
Yes.
and myself, I vote yes. So the motions carry.
You forgot
7-0.
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, sorry, Sarah. Almost, but Sarah,
Okay, it would be a yes.
great, thank you. Apologies for that. So motion carries 7-0 unanimously. Thank you. And I believe, Dr. Alameda, let me find you on the screen here and go ahead and unmute. And if you would like to introduce yourself and say a few words to the Region 9 community here.
So good evening. First of all, thank you very much for that vote. That's also makes me feel amazing. So thank you. I also want to thank for the process. That was not an easy one. Felt a little rusty. As Tom said, I've been in the same position for almost 14 years. So I've not been in the interview game for a very long time. So you guys made me work 2 rounds and then meeting Dr. McKinnon and Dr. Ugel. That you guys made me work. So but I felt the questions were really sincere. They got to the heart of what I feel you guys were looking for. A candidate's going to meet the needs of your students and community. And I'm honored, I'm happy, I'm delighted, I'm excited. There's a little fear. I told my staff this afternoon that was one of the hardest things I had to do in a very, very long time. So, but I did it. So the Band-Aid's off. So they know that tonight was going to happen. So I'm just happy and excited and can't wait to get over to Joe Barlow. I had a conversation with Tom before this meeting, and it's my intent, and I've talked to my superintendent, even though I can't start until October, and it's just, I would never burn my district. I've been there way too long, so I'm glad that both districts are willing to work on a date. But I gave my word to Todd that I would be there a minimum of 2-3 days between now and then. I'll use some personal days that I have in my district because I really want to get over to Joe Barlow and feel the climate of that school. So with permission of Todd down the road, I will maybe work with the 2 assistant principals. With Dr. McKinn, I really want to get over to the district. So I'll be there before you know it.
Thank you and welcome. We're excited to have you and get you started here with us. All right, and any other discussion on this matter? Otherwise, we'll move on to public comment. Any other board member? We do have board member comment coming up. If anyone else wants to comment at this point. All right, we'll move on then to item 3 on the agenda, public comment. So again, for members of the public, if you would like to make a comment and welcome our new head of school, that would be great. We will also hear other items, but we'd prefer you keep your comments to the agenda items today. We'll keep it to 2 minutes or less. If you can announce yourself and address so we can have that for the record. And if you can raise your hand or the hand symbol so we can find you, that'd be great. And then Cheryl, if you can help me look at other board members, and I see Julia. So Julia,
My turn?
you can go ahead. Yes.
Okay. Welcome, Dr. Almeida. This is Julia Pemberton. I'm a resident of Reading, a former
Thank you.
member of the Region 9 board, and the current first selectman of the town of Reading. So very excited to meet you. Look forward to working with you in the future. And thank you for coming to our district.
Likewise, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Others from the community that would like to comment?
Anybody else? Let's see. Looks like a Thomas Kilbourne.
Yep. Go ahead. Thomas, you want to unmute yourself? Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Tom Kilbourne. I taught at Joe Barlow High School for 40 years. I was with the founding principal, Roy Briggs, who was of the view that Joe Barlow High School should be a teaching high school in the model of Dartmouth College. So I urge both Dr. McKinnon and the new appointed principal to do all in their power to observe that founding concept. And they might do so by reading the current mission statement and guiding principle that this school is on on the edge of losing that concept by being too in the world, not enough into education. And so I would encourage that they trust the faculty. I can tell you that I have seen 5 strategic plans. I have seen 4 NEASC evaluations. And all that time, all those evaluations did little to change the basic persona of the school. And the basic persona of the school is very, very important. Honor the teachers and the students. Enterprise of teaching and learning is a noble enterprise. I wish you well. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Thomas. And for the record, can we have your address, please?
Yes, I'm sorry, 70 Peaceable Street, Reading.
Great. Thank you. And I'm looking for hands. I see Beth Knapp. Want to go ahead and unmute yourself?
Hi, I'm Sydney Borowski. I live on Maple Road, Easton, Connecticut. And I'm the class of 2024 president, and I just wanted to say I can't wait to get to know you and see what you do for our school.
Great. Thank you. All right. Anyone else from the public wish to comment? All right. See no other hands. People waving in their tiles. All right. Then we will move on to board member comment. Item 4, members of the board. Anyone like to comment? Maureen, go ahead.
Welcome, Dr. Alameda. We want you to know that your enthusiasm was infectious during your interview process, and we look forward to you spreading that enthusiasm throughout the community.
Mike, I see your hand. Go ahead.
So yeah, I want to echo Maureen and welcome Dr. Almeida. I do want to say also special thanks to Dr. Rorardi for the professional and thorough way that he conducted this search process. And I speak for myself, but I think most on the personnel search committee agree that there was a depth of candidates and that it was an impressive group. And you know, Dr. Almeida did reference that we asked many questions and we gave practice tasks and you know, I think we thoroughly vetted the candidates, and we all agree that Dr. Almeida is going to be he's going to be the leader that's going to take this school forward. And we're so appreciative that he's coming here after his long tenure in Rocky Hill. And I think he's going to be fantastic for the staff, the students, and our whole school community. So welcome, Dr. Almeida.
Thank you.
Thank you. Other board members? Mary Lee, go ahead.
Sorry, I had to unmute. Yeah, I wanted to echo what's been said, but I also want to add that we were impressed with Dr. Almeida's honesty and truth and caring for all of the students and all of the staff that he will be working with and for. And I really do feel like he is going to be a really great head of school and will encourage all students and all teachers to do their very best.
Thank you. Any other board members for comment? Cheryl, go ahead.
Just that will echo my colleagues and all the welcome, Dr. Almeida. We are looking forward to working with you. I'm looking forward to working with you and Dr. McKinnon and to chart a great path, even greater path for Joe Barlos. Look forward to working with the leadership team across the building and central office. So we're excited. We're excited to have you join us. And I think with respect to the public and the process, we also did, it's good to hear that candidates felt like they had a good, rigorous process. And I want the public to know that we did really take into account not just the feedback from this time around, but also the feedback that was given to us earlier in the year when the search originally kicked off, as well as not just feedback from the public, from the staff, from the students, from parents. So that was all taken into account, as well as the overarching goals of the district. So really just want people to feel assured, and we're excited to have Dr. Almeida on board, and we think he'll be a great add to our team. So welcome and thanks.
Okay, thank you. Other board members? Just going around to everybody, but anyone else? All right. I don't know if Dr. McKinnon, if you wanted to say anything, it's usually board members, but if you would like.
Thank you so much. I would like to congratulate Dr. Almeida. I really look forward to rolling up our sleeves and getting to work. And perhaps we can schedule time together during our transition, even though you don't have a concrete start date yet, and I'm still waiting on my date as well. Perhaps we can come into school together and kind of get to know the community. So I agree with everything that's been said. He was an incredibly talented candidate. He rose to the top, and I really cannot wait to work with him and the board. So congratulations again, Dr. Almeida.
Thank you. All right. If no other board members have any comments, again, I would also like to express my thanks to Dr. Arardi for taking us through the process the second time. It was again a very long and thorough process, as my other board members have said, and we came to a conclusion with a very good candidate, a great candidate for us, and even more so as I've had the opportunity to speak with Dr. Almeida the last couple of days, getting to know him a little bit better. I'm thoroughly convinced we have one of the best candidates, and I'm really excited about getting him here and starting in our district and working with the teachers and the students and the parents in the community. I think we've got really great things to come, and look forward to starting with us as soon as possible. So thank you, and we look forward to having you join. Thank you again for all the board members for all the interviews and all your work as well, and all the advisory members as well that participated in the process and gave us feedback. All right, with that, then we will move on to the last item on our agenda, keeping this as one of the most relatively short Region 9 meetings. Don't get used to this, Dr. Almeida. They're usually much longer. So we will move to an adjournment. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Board member. All right,
Second.
I heard Mike and Cheryl. And since we don't need to vote on this one with roll call, say all in favor, aye, we're good. Seeing all hands, yes. So we will adjourn then at 7:50. So again, thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Stay safe.
All right. Thank you.
Good night.